it's a very unusual situation, not likely to be repeated, one would hope. So I don't think the court's going to be opening any doors to any flood of lawsuits about states unconstitutionally conducting their elections.
Very interesting. Let's move on to another big-time lawsuit, this development where we've learned several more states are joining Texas in their effort to overturn the 2020 results. Does that case sound hopeful for you as well?
That's an interesting case. That's a case in the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. You don't see a great many of those cases. Most cases are like ours, petitions for certiorari, where the court has discretion whether to take or not take an appeal from a lower court or from a state court. And in this case, they're not appealing any particular court below. They're seeking to start their case in the Supreme Court. It is still discretionary on the court's part whether it takes the case. It appears it has, as you just reported, they've ordered a response. That doesn't necessarily mean they are taking the case, but certainly it's an exciting development and a very interesting case, and I'm very interested to see how it progresses.
Okay, we continue to watch, but of course we're running out of time, it seems. As we know, Safe Harbor Day, that's now come and gone. Electors, they're going to cast their votes next week. It looks like the Trump legal team is running out of time. When is the deadline that you're working on?
Well, I mean, people, I think, put too much emphasis on the deadlines. Yes, if you want to prevent Biden from taking office, there is a timeline. Certainly, I would say, by January 6th, hopefully you would have some kind of relief from a court in order to prevent Biden from being declared the winner of the presidential election. I think once you get past that date, you're looking at a Biden inauguration. But it is the case that, even after people take offices in election, if they prove fraud down the road, even years into someone's term, they can invalidate an election after the fact or order a special election to replace a person who was fraudulently elected. So there's really no firm deadline on when, if you could prove enough to gain the relief, that the court could award relief. So it's never a situation where it's just too late. We have to ignore illegality. We have to ignore fraud. There's no remedy allowable because too much time has passed. That's until the term is completed, it's always possible for a court to step in and say, wait, this person was fraudulently elected. We need to have a special election to determine the proper holder of the office.
So say your lawsuits don't wrap up by January 20th, and in fact, things don't go the president's way and Joe Biden would be inaugurated. Your lawsuits would continue on? You'd continue to fight?
Absolutely. Our case would continue on, and the court could, particularly in our case, the issue is whether Act 77 is constitutional or not, and that applies not just to the 2020 election, but to the next election. Will Pennsylvania be able to use no-excuse mail-in balloting in the next election, or are they required, as we indicate they are in our arguments, to have a constitutional amendment if they wish to implement no-excuse mail-in balloting in PA? They've done it by a mere statute up to now. We contend that's illegal, that's unconstitutional, and even if they won't award relief as to the 2020 election for various reasons, they certainly should with respect to future elections.
Wow, fighting for the integrity of this election and future ones as well. Greg Teufel joining us live here on National Report. Greg, thanks so much.
Thank you.